If you have a goal to build an online business so that you can leave that 9-to-5 rat race or the boringness of just being stuck inside an office cubicle for the rest of your life, you need to understand that the single hardest part of this journey will be the period of time where you're still working your 9-to-5 job while you're also trying to build your online business. And right at the start of this video, let's get real, because you are working two full-time jobs. You're working the job that you've got in order to pay for the bills like your mortgage, your school fees, your food bills, whatever bills and expenses you have. But then you're also working another full-time job in order to launch and start your online business. And trust me, I know that this is very, very taxing, and it's also really draining emotionally and even physically. And it also means that there is a period of time where you're just not seeing your loved ones or your friends as often because you're just working so much. And as someone who has been through this process twice, I really, really feel for every one of you who is facing this reality right now. Because there is no hiding the fact that it is really, really tough. Because it means that before you even rock up to your 9-to-5 job, you've already woken up early, completed some hours before work, and then when you go home after work, you're working some more at night. It's early mornings and late nights, and it's day after day, week after week, and it can feel relentless, and it feels like you're not getting anywhere. And the worst part of it is that underlying all of this is that there's this constant fear that all of the work that you are investing and all of the time that you're investing won't be worth it. And as I said, I've been in this situation 2 times before in my life. I remember the first time I was 30 years old and we were launching our first business, which was a villa resort over in Bali. And at that stage, we had 2 kids under the age of 4. And I was working full time as a real estate agent at that time. So I was working full time between Monday and Saturday. And then before I got to the office and when I got home, I transformed our 3rd bedroom, which was a really small bedroom. It was probably half a bedroom in our townhouse where we were living at that time. And I remember every morning when my alarm would go off, this feeling of, is this going to work? And then I remember when I went to bed, just the heavy sigh of once again thinking, is this going to work? How is this going to work? And then fast forward about 10 to 12 years later, I found myself in the same situation again, where because for a number of reasons, we had obviously COVID had affected our villa business and I was freelancing, but we were just capping out in the fact that we had a successful freelancing business, but I was still just trading the amount of hours for work for the amount of money that we were earning. And the same thing happened again when we launched my first YouTube channel and we were launching Define Digital Academy, which was our first course sales. The same thing was happening. I was having to complete all of my freelance hours and then staying up late at night, editing YouTube videos and putting this whole course together, recording on weekends. Once again, all of those feelings returned. Is this actually going to be worth it? And is this going to work? So the reason for why I wanted to release this video is because if that is you right now, and you're watching this and you've got your 9-to-5 job, and you're trying to launch an online business and you're waking up early and you're staying up late and you're giving up your weekends to invest into this new online venture and you're wondering, is this worth it? Is this going to pay off? Am I just wasting my time? As someone who has been lucky enough to find out a way that this works, and over the last 2 years, we have created our own 7-figure brand in selling courses, I can tell you it is so worth it. But also as well, there is this reality that it is hard and that there is a season, and sometimes it's an extended season where you just feel like you're not getting any results. I do want to encourage you with this as well, is that the reason for why I'm able to enjoy what we've achieved is because it was so hard to get there. So I really, really hope with this video, for some people who are watching this, that this will really resonate with you and this will give you the encouragement to keep going. And the first thing I want to encourage you with is that it is worth it. You know, over the past 18 months, I've been able to have some amazing experiences with my family. We spent 2 months living and working over in Japan. We took all of December and January off. In December, I think I was working 2 days a week, and it was absolutely amazing with my wife and 3 daughters. You know, we love theme parks. I think we went to Universal Studios in Japan probably about 10 times in 1 month. And I was able to create lifelong memories with my wife and my daughters. And then last year, to celebrate my 20th wedding anniversary, me and my wife were able to go on an amazing European holiday. And then even just in normal everyday life, I'm now working a lot less and able to spend more time with my wife and my daughters and also with my close friends. And above all of that, I'm helping more people than I ever thought would be possible. So the first thing I want to remind you of, it is worth it. If you can continue to push through and continue to invest those early mornings and late nights, and you're able to work it out and really launch and scale that online business, it is going to be so worth it. So the first thing I want to remind you of is to always be thinking of the future and always be picturing what it's going to be like when you do see that breakthrough. And the second thing I want to encourage you with is that you need to always be learning. On this journey, you need to always be on the search and finding different YouTube channels and different creators who have done it before and really dive into their content. And I know in my journey, I even bought 1 or 2 really specific courses that really taught me how to put together online courses and sell them. And if it wasn't for that investment in the time and also for purchasing some of those courses, I know I wouldn't be where I am today. So what I do really want to encourage you with is always be learning. You know, I've done things that I never had done before. I had to teach myself how to edit videos. I had to teach myself how to create sales funnels. And I dove in and learned everything I could about the YouTube algorithm, about different thumbnails, about creating videos. And it was a really, really steep learning curve. But what the great thing is about the current environment that we're in, anything you want to learn about, you can find it on amazing platforms like YouTube, like we're doing right now. So always be learning. And then the third thing I want to remind you and encourage you with is that you need to be prepared to change. And this is the biggest one. And what I'm going to say right now sounds really, really corny, and it sounds like it should be on, you know, one of those corny little mugs or a sticker. And that is that if you want to change your life, you need to change your calendar. And what I found in this situation is that the biggest catalyst for me in being able to launch this 7-figure brand and really changing my life and my lifestyle was that I first had to change my calendar. And the reason for that is because I had to prioritize on what was actually growing my business. I still remember the first day that I got my first sale. It was a $49 mini course sale with the person actually upgrading to an upsell. They bought an extended course for an extra $199. And I honestly felt like I was the smartest person in the world. But what I did from that one thing is I then went through and had a look at the content. I then had a look at the email funnel, then had a look at the landing page, and I looked at as much data as possible of that first sale. And then I looked to replicate that process again and again and again and again. And that's how I built my 7-figure brand. And nowadays my work weeks look really, really different. Even from this year to what I'm doing last year, my schedule is completely different. And what I found, it's been a process of continuing looking at what are the core drivers of our success, what generates the most leads, and what also generates the most revenue, and really honing in and focusing in on those activities. So as I said, this video, I really just wanted to encourage those of you right now that you are in the thick of it and you're really struggling and trying to build your own 6 or 7-figure personal brand. And I just want to encourage you to not give up and to keep going. And because you've stuck around for so long, what I want to do is I want to help you in this journey. And if you follow that link in the description below, what you're going to get access to is my 6-figure funnel building kit, because one of the important steps that you will need to complete in this process, really learning how to convert someone from an initial lead through to someone who's prepared to buy your course or sign up to your coaching programs. And what this gives you access to is that this takes you to the process of how I build my high converting funnels. And you also get access to all of my emails so that you can actually copy them. And obviously you'll have to make some edits, but you can use them in your own business. Thank you for joining me. It's been an absolute pleasure having you here. My name is Aaron Young and I'm from 7-Figure Coaching. And if you'd like to learn more about how you can monetize your own knowledge and create courses that sell in 2024, I want you to go through and watch this video right here. Once again, thanks for joining me. See you next time.